All right, let's dive in. Today we're all about pufferfish. You know, those kind of funny-looking fish that puff up like a balloon.
Exactly. But there's way more to them than just that puffing up trick, right?
Oh, for sure. So first off, did you know there are over 100 different kinds of pufferfish?
It's true. It's amazing how they've adapted to all sorts of different environments in the ocean.
Yeah, like I always picture that classic pufferfish shape, but I guess they come in all shapes and sizes.
Oh, absolutely. Some are tiny, like the white-spotted pufferfish, which is like smaller than your thumb.
Wow, that's tiny.
Right. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you've got the massive starry pufferfish.
Hmm.
That thing can get to be like taller than a person.
Whoa, hold on. Taller than a person. That's a bit scary, actually.
It's definitely a sight to see. And with over 100 species, their diets have to be pretty varied too, right?
Oh, I bet. What do they eat?
Well, they're not picky eaters, that's for sure. They have this really cool beak-like structure. It's basically like their teeth are all fused together.
Fused together.
Yeah, and get this. Those teeth never stop growing.
Wait, never. So, like, they have to constantly be chewing on stuff to keep them trimmed down.
You got it. They're always munching on things like crabs, snails, mussels,
Yeah.
even coral.
Wow, coral. That seems tough.
It is, but their beak is super strong.
So if they're eating coral, do they actually have a big impact on coral reefs?
That's a good question. Researchers are still trying to figure out exactly what their role is in different ecosystems.
Makes sense.
Oh.
Okay, so moving on. What about those spines? I know they don't have scales like most fish.
Nope, no scales. They've got these spiky things covering their bodies.
Right. That must be pretty intimidating for predators.
Yeah.
But how does the puffing up thing actually work?
So they have a really, really stretchy stomach.
Seriously.
Yeah. And when they feel threatened, they gulp a ton of water super fast, and their stomach inflates to like 3 times its normal size.
Wow. And those
The
spines.
spine sticks straight out when they puff up. It's like a built-in suit of armor.
So cool. But isn't their skin also poisonous?
It is. They have something called tetrodotoxin in their skin. It's a super powerful neurotoxin.
Neurotoxin. So, like, it messes with your nervous system.
Exactly. It can paralyze predators and even kill them.
Whoa. Okay, that's hardcore. But I remember you mentioned earlier that sharks aren't affected by the toxin.
It's true. Sharks, for some reason, seem to be totally immune to tetrodotoxin.
That's so strange. Do scientists know why?
It's still a mystery. Researchers are still working on that one.
Wow, what a puzzle. But back to their defenses. Puffing up must make them super clumsy in the water, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. They're basically like big, slow balloons when they're puffed up.
So how do they manage to catch anything if they're so slow?
Well, for one thing, they have incredible eyesight.
Okay, that makes sense.
And they can actually move in these like quick bursts when they need to.
So they're not completely helpless?
Not at all. They just have to be strategic about when to use which defense.
I see. Okay, well, we've covered those awesome defenses. But what about their social lives? Are they loners or do they, like, hang out together?
It really depends on the species. Some are solitary, but others form groups, especially during mating season.
Oh, right. Mating season. Is there anything interesting about how they attract a mate?
Well, get this. Some pufferfish actually build nests in the sand.
Wait, nests? Fish building nests? Really?
Yeah, some of them get really elaborate. They make these intricate patterns in the sand to attract a mate.
Hold on. They're like underwater artists.
You could say that. It's pretty amazing to see.
Seriously impressive. Fish building decorated nests? I had no idea.
It just goes to show how much we still have to learn about these incredible creatures.
You're telling me. Okay, well, I think that's a great place to pause for now. We'll be right back to delve even deeper into the world of pufferfish.
These nests can be surprisingly large, like up to 7 feet across.
7 feet. Wow, that's bigger than my coffee table. And it's all made by a fish.
It's pretty incredible, right? The males use these nests to try and attract females.
So, like, the bigger and fancier the nest, the better their chances.
Exactly. It's all about showing off their skills and, good genes.
It's like the underwater version of a bachelor pad. Okay, so we've got these master architects who are also potentially deadly. And you mentioned something earlier about fine dining.
Ah, yes. Fugu.
Fugu. That's pufferfish, right?
That's right. In Japan, pufferfish is considered a delicacy.
But isn't it super dangerous to eat?
It can be, yeah. Remember that tetrodotoxin we talked about? Well, it's concentrated in certain parts of the pufferfish.
Like the liver and ovaries.
Exactly. And if those parts aren't removed very, very carefully, it can be fatal.
So it's like a culinary gamble.
In a way, yes. Chefs have to go through years of special training to learn how to prepare fugu safely.
Wow, that's intense. It's amazing how something so dangerous can also be seen as this, like, art form.
It really highlights the complex relationship we have with nature, doesn't it?
Definitely. Okay, so we've talked about their defenses, their diets, their artistic side. Are there any predators that can actually take on a pufferfish? I mean, besides those sharks we talked about.
Well, nothing is invincible, right? Larger fish like some types of sea bass and eels have been known to eat them.
So they still have to watch their backs.
Oh yeah, it's a constant battle out there. But pufferfish have definitely found a way to thrive despite the challenges. Their evolution is pretty remarkable.
It really is. I never thought I'd be so fascinated by a fish that puffs up like a balloon. Okay, so we've focused a lot on their defenses. What about their other senses, like their vision and hearing? Anything special about those?
Well, we talked about their eyesight before. It's really important for hunting.
Right.
Their sense of smell is also super developed.
What do they use that for?
Well, finding food, for one. But, some scientists believe they might even communicate using smell.
Wait, communicate through smell? How does that work?
They think that some species release these, chemical signals called pheromones.
Pheromones. So like a secret underwater language.
It's possible. We're still learning about all the cool things they can do.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm officially a pufferfish fan now. They're way more interesting than I ever imagined.
They really are. It's a reminder that there's always something new to discover about the creatures we share our planet with.
I couldn't agree more. But we're going to have to pause our deep dive here for just a minute. Don't worry, we'll be back shortly to wrap things up and leave you with some food for thought. All right, we're back for the final stretch of our pufferfish deep dive.
And what a dive it's been.
Seriously. We've learned so much, from those incredible sand nests to, well, the dangers of eating them.
It's amazing how much goes on beneath the surface, isn't it?
Totally. But before we wrap things up, I'm going to leave you with something to think about. What if you could design your own pufferfish? Like, what cool features would you give it?
That's a tough one. But I think I'd give it, bioluminescent spines.
Oh, wow. So when it puffs up, it glows in the dark.
Exactly. Can you imagine seeing that underwater?
That would be incredible. Okay, for mine. I think I'd make a species that uses colorful sea glass in its nest.
Oh, that's a great idea. It's like a little bit of human art mixed with the natural world.
Right. So the next time you see a pufferfish, whether it's in an aquarium or, a documentary, remember, there's a whole lot more to them than meets the eye.
They're like little architects, masters of disguise, and, even culinary icons. It's really remarkable.
It is. So thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of pufferfish.
Until next time, stay curious.
And keep exploring.